"Come on, you overgrown gecko," she yelled, lifting the spear. Just as she'd hoped, the demon stopped and hunkered down. It opened its mouth to answer her challenge, giving her opportunity she needed. Dwan launched herself toward it, closing the distance as she aimed for its face. The lance entered one wide nostril, ramming all the way up through the creature's sinus cavity until it met the inside of the skull. The sudden stop jarred her all the way down to her feet. Getting a firmer grip further near to the end of the spear, she threw her whole weight into jamming the piece of wood up through the brain. The render tried to reach for her, but its claws refused to let go of its prize. That was the only one thing that saved her from getting mauled. Still, she was pummeled with blood and flying entrails as the creature beat at her. Dwan gave the stick one final shove as the creature screamed, this time in pain. The sound almost burst her eardrums. One of its arms managed to connect, backhanding her and slamming her against the curb. At the last second, Dwan let go of the lance, rolling with the punch that left her breathless and bruised, but not seriously damaged. The render screamed again as it tried to dislodge the object in its nose. It was a steel-scraping steel scream, one that left every nerve on edge. Dwan was forced to cover her ears, but the effort did little to keep the screeching from knifing through her head. Suddenly, there was a loud pop as the demon managed to break the stick in two, but the rest of the broom handle remained embedded in its brain, far enough inside to do what she needed it to do. Dwan kept her eyes glued on the demon to make sure it didn't bolt. If it had, she would have gone after it barehanded if she had to, anything to keep the monster from getting away. She was completely oblivious of the people who came running into the intersection behind the creature. Someone yelled, but she was too engrossed in watching the demon as it swayed from side to side, struggling to remain on its feet. It finally gave a strangled cry and fell backwards as its legs gave way. It eventually loosened its grip on the body parts, and a shudder went through it as it made its last movements. She knew the render was dead when its black eyes turned white. To be absolutely certain, she went over and gave the thing a kick in its ear. There was no reaction. "Nice job." The deep voice gained her attention. It also sent warm shivers through her body. Dwan stepped away from the dead demon to face the small group of men joining her. But it was the man standing closest whom she couldn't drag her eyes away from, the man whose visage she had memorized right down to the tiny pockmark at the corner of his left eye. Elias Voigt. "Thank you," she managed to mumble. She was still winded from the fight. One of the other men walked over and squatted next to the beast's head to examine it. He gave her a surprised look. "You kill it? By yourself?" "Yeah." He nudged the ragged wooden tip sticking out of the thing's nose. "You killed it with a stick?" "A broom handle." She gave a nonchalant shrug. "It was the only thing I could find." Eli frowned, puzzled. "You killed that thing with the broom handle?" Before she could answer, he added, "Who the hell are you?" Dwan cleared her throat, or tried to. She almost choked. "My name is Dwan. I hunt these demons like you do." The frown deepened. Despite his expression, she could feel herself being drawn to the face and to the man. Even his anger or disapproval, or whatever look was on his face, sent delicious little chills running across her skin. "You hunt them? Why?" he asked. "I'm a member of an elite group of specially trained soldiers who hunt down and kill these demons," she told them. "I came to help you, to see if we can't stop these creatures before they multiply and mutate to the extent that they destroy this world." "You came here?" one of the other men said. "From where?" Straightening up, she locked onto Eli's face and stared at him eye to eye. "I'm from here, but from the future. The near future, your future, and trust me, boys, if we don't manage to stop these things now, you won't live long enough to see it."